What's the deal, my people? You know it is Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you another one, and this one is breaking down more aspects from season 3 teaser trailer. I think it's time to talk about what's really going on in From. I know that there are a lot of theories out there, and people believe one thing or another, but in this video, I'm going to tell you what I think it is, and proof from the show that this is what's really going on in From. And who's behind this whole situation in From. And if you're into that, please do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up button. 500 is the like goal. That is what is needed to trigger the YouTube algorithm. Let's get right into it. I believe that From is being controlled by fourth dimensional beings. And I think there's been proof in both seasons and this trailer pointing towards that. So first, let me explain to you what exactly the fourth dimension is and how it would affect the third dimension.
So we have one dimension, which is just a line. The measure of the line is the length. Okay. There's no other measurement you can make of it that has any meaning. Right. It does not have a width. Now you can add another dimension, let's call that X. We add a Y, and now you have a surface.
A plane.
A plane, and that has two dimensions, X and Y. Okay? So you can make a square out of that, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Two-dimensional beings who live in that surface. To everyone else in that surface, they only have an outer perimeter.
Right.
You can't see inside their bodies.
They're all inside the flat plane.
They're inside the flat
all
plane.
They can see.
All you see is the edge of them.
And since I'm in the third dimension, I could look down upon these people living on this second dimension, and they can't see me because they can't see out. They can only see up and down. And if I was to do something to them, they wouldn't see me do it. They would just see the after result of it being done. Collapsing structures. In season 2, we've seen the house come down on Jim, but right before it comes down on Jim, Randall says something interesting.
Places don't just come apart like this.
Meaning that this is not a natural occurrence. Places don't come apart like this. And when it does start to come down, we can clearly see two cracks that form out of nowhere in the roof. And right after we see these two cracks, that's when we see the rest of the house come down in one heap. When dealing with fourth dimensional beings, we wouldn't see what causes the house come down, just the after effects, just like we've seen the two cracks form and then the house come down. This is the exact same thing we seen happen to Tabitha, which started this whole situation. When she taps the floor, all of a sudden a huge crack falls, and that's what makes her fall down the hole in the first place. A crack that in no way should have been made by what she was doing. It had to be made by something or someone else. Banging under the RV. We see Jim, Donna, Randall, and Boyd trapped inside the RV with the monsters surrounding them. The RV is clearly on its side on the surface, not on the wheels, directly on the ground. And then they hear banging noises coming from underneath the RV. And Jim says something interesting.
Jesus, what the fuck? There's no way there's no space under here.
There's no way there's no space under here unless it's a fourth dimensional being. And if it's a fourth dimensional being, they would be able to go through the ground without disturbing it and bang on the bottom of the RV.
Anyone from the fourth spatial dimension has full access to your entire body's innards.
Whoa.
They could pull stuff out, put stuff in, operate, whatever.
We are the game operation to anybody in the fourth dimension.
You would be able to operate without ever cutting someone open, provided you come from a higher dimension inward.
Right.
And it is completely analogous.
From seizures explained. So someone in the fourth dimension can see directly inside of your body. They could touch the inside of your body and you would have no idea that they're doing it. You would just see the after results. We've seen multiple people in here drop and have seizures. It's most likely that a fourth dimensional being is messing with inside of their body, causing them to have these sudden seizures. We also seen Sarah get a message under her skin. A fourth dimensional being is capable of doing that. When we deal with Reggie and his girlfriend, he explains exactly how she died, and the way she died, it seems like she was being affected by a fourth dimensional being.
Something over and over, and then she something cracked.
He says specifically that something cracked. I just showed you two things that cracked. One was Jim's house that cracked out of nowhere. You can't see what caused the cracks, but you can see the cracks. And then I showed you Tabitha, the hole. You can see the cracks in the ground, but it doesn't show you exactly what caused the cracks. And now we have Reggie's girlfriend, whose face cracked open, and he could not see what caused her to crack. He just seen the aftermath of what happened, and her body ripped open. All of these things to me point to one thing, and that is a fourth dimensional being. Whether you see Tabitha's nose start to bleed or Sarah go into a seizure, everything that we have seen so far affecting these people in this land can easily be attributed to a fourth dimensional being. We also see that the creatures in the new trailer know exactly what Boyd had to say. How would they know what he had to say? Well, if there's a fourth dimensional being, he can hear everything that you're saying and then tell them. That's my take of what's going on in From. If you have your own theory, please put it in the comment section. I'd like to hear it. I got a lot more coming and a lot more proof. Just didn't want to put it all in one video. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Again, 500 is the light gold. I'll be doing a live stream tomorrow. If you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, spread this across the realm, and of course, subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.